I am here to help you with getting to the heart of self care. So, a lot of us, we hear about self care and self love, but how in the world do we get to the heart of it? So, welcome to the Getting to the Heart of It podcast, where I and my future guests will help you get to the heart of the matter so that you can stop running around a hamster wheel in this chaotic life when you can just kind of live life, you know, in a way that actually helps you and those around you. Okay. So, how in the world do you get to the heart of self care? I'm glad you asked. So, if you keep hearing people say, well, you got to take care of yourself, you got to take care of yourself, I'm already sure that you know that you have to do that. You know that. But the key is, or the question is, how? Like, how do I do that? So, here's the deal. I used to buy Coach purses all the time, and those Coach purses were my favorite. Like I love those things, and because I loved them, guess what I did? I took care of them. But one of the biggest issues is that a lot of us we don't truly love ourselves, and we don't even know how to love ourselves. And because we don't love ourselves, it's hard for us to take care of ourselves. It's so easy for us to take care of everything else that we love, or even every other thing because we don't love ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, sometimes we even take care of things we don't really care about because because we haven't found that love for ourselves. But then here's the deal. If love is the prerequisite, or self love is the prerequisite for self care, then it makes you wonder, is there another prerequisite? Is there something else that we need to get to the heart of first before we can even get to the self love, before we can even get to the self care? And the answer, of course, is yes. And the whole thing is something that a lot of us are scared to get to. And the reason we're scared is because it's scary. It's scary getting to know you for who you truly are because things come up that just kind of shake you up when you're like, wait, that's me. I don't like that. I don't like that part of me, and that's okay. And then bringing me to the true heart of self care. The true heart of self care is self awareness. Because if you truly want to take care of yourself, if you truly want to love yourself, you have to be aware of who you are, who you're not, all of those things, the good, the bad, the ugly. And self awareness is not a one and done thing. Self awareness is something you have to unwrap. It's like a gift you unwrap every day. But some days you get gag gifts, and then other days you're like, oh, I like this gift, you know? But the thing behind self awareness is for you to take the time to be aware of who you truly are. And it's interesting because I always tell my kids to say, whatever you do every day is practice for who you're going to be in the future. So, who you are every day is going to manifest itself. So, whatever is manifesting out of you is part or parts or some parts of who you are. Okay. So, your self awareness every day, what I want you to do, if you truly want to get to where you get to know you so that you can truly love you and so that you can truly take care of you, I want you to try to do something new every day. Just one little thing. It doesn't even have to be a big new thing. It can be like, okay, I'm gonna write with my left hand if you're right-handed, or if you're left-handed, write with your left hand, or brush your teeth with the opposite hand that you normally brush your teeth with. Or when you go to a favorite shopping place that you always go to, park in a different spot. Like do something different. If you don't normally speak, speak to someone. If you don't normally smile, smile. If you always smile, I don't know, smile harder. I would never say frown because that energy is going to permeate to other people. Okay. So be aware of that. And if you don't smell a lot, be aware of that and what that's doing for you and for your energy. All right. So we know now that self awareness is the heart of self care. So if you truly want to take care of yourself, you must make sure that you are practicing self awareness. So, first off, before I even let this go, I must explain this to you because often we believe that self awareness is just simply being aware of ourselves. But I'm going to break this all the way down. Self awareness, you all, and this blew my mind when I realized it. I think I was talking with my we were riding away from we were riding out of town from out of town to where we stay. He stays not too far from me. But anywho, here's the deal. He was saying that the reason that we do things a little bit different is because we're aware, and self-awareness is this. Self-awareness is you being aware of how you are, what you do, what you say, how you behave, how those things not only affect you, but affect you and the world around you and your future generations. How does all of that, who you are, affect all those things? Because when you look at it from that point of view, instead of from your own perspective, then you start seeing things differently. Like there's some times that I will go all the way out of my way for somebody else, and some people look at me like I'm crazy, but I do that because I'm aware of what would happen if I don't. And normally, when I do those things, guess what? I always get rewarded in some form or fashion, whether it's extrinsic or intrinsically, whether, someone gives me something or whether I just feel this rush of great energy coming over me. Okay. So your self awareness is not just about you learning more about you, but it's about you learning more about you and how you fit with the world. Because the biggest catastrophe that's ever happened is us believing that we have to do everything by ourselves, is that's all about us, because it's not all about us, because we are here and like there's a bunch of us, there's billions of us here on this earth, and because there are billions of us here on this earth, we have to find a way to make it work together. Okay, but I am so happy that you are following me along on this journey, and I want to help you get to the heart of more things. So if you have any ideas of things that you would like to get to the heart of, leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment, because I would love to help you get to the heart of it. Okay, in the meantime, I love you to life. That's what I always say. And my smacking, forget about that, y'all. But I love you to life, because life is where life begins. And stop loving people to death. This is just my thing. Love people to life. I love you to life. And I will see you next time.